The City of Angels hosts high drama as featherweight Kevin Van Ostrand vies to become Glory's first American men's champion at Glory 52 Los Angeles. The unified featherweight title is on the line in the main event as interim champion Van Ostrand takes to the ring in the fight of his life. Standing in his way, the most fearsome featherweight on Glory's roster, Robin Van Roosmalen. Undefeated in the division, he's the only man to have held 2 Glory belts. But Van Ostrand is on a 4-fight win streak, with 3 come by knockout, and wants to make history tonight. Plus, numbered middleweight ex-champion Simon Marcus begins the climb back to the top as he looks to put the loss of his title behind him against Zach Wells. It's an LA melee as hometown middleweight Mike Lemaire and Chris Camozzi throw down, with both men seeking to establish themselves in the division. And a massive lightweight matchup as number 4 Bulgarian battering ram Stoyan Komplevinsky meets number 10 Canadian KO machine Josh Johnsey. Hold on to your seats. It's Glory 52 Los Angeles. We welcome you to Southern California as Glory Kickboxing makes its 5th appearance to the City of Angels. We're in the Long Beach Convention Center, the Pacific Room for Glory 52 LA. Alongside, as always, my broadcast partner, Joseph Valtellini, the former welterweight champion of the world. My name is Todd Grisham, and from top to bottom, this card is stacked. Here's what's on tap, Joe.
And it starts with Josh Johnsey versus Stoyan Komplevinsky. Josh Johnsey on the losing end of a set of the year, so he's looking to bounce back. Chris Camozzi looking to make his transition permanent here with kickboxing against veteran Mike Lemaire. Simon Marcus returns, looking to get his chance back at gold. And can Kevin Van Ostrand be the first men's Glory World Champion?
Those questions will soon be answered. As for Johnsey versus Komplevinsky, Josh Johnsey wants a prized possession, one of the up-and-comers in this division, but he's fallen on hard times, but he feels that's just part of his journey.
Yeah, there's been a few up and downs in my career, but and especially the last couple of years. But failure is part of life, and it's like a bow and arrow, and you've got to pull it back. You get a few setbacks before you let it go. And in this fight, I'm letting the arrow go. This is it. This is my rebound forward, and from here it's smooth sailing. One can only hope. But, what's life?
One can only hope, if you're a Josh Johnsey fan, that he gets back on track. He's got perhaps one of the toughest tests of his career.
Yeah, and it's 2017 Head Kick KO of the Year winner, Stoyan Komplevinsky, and he's looking to do the same against Johnsey tonight.
Also tonight, we've got not one, but 2 Americans squaring off against each other. So California really fired up for this matchup. Mike Lemaire and former UFC veteran Chris Camozzi.
Yeah, and it's the UFC experience of Camozzi that's going to be in his advantage against that Mike Lemaire, who's that Glory veteran who's been part of Glory since Glory 9.
Both of these guys hope to one day become middleweight champion of the world. Another man on tonight's card, Simon Marcus, is a 2-time former middleweight champion coming off a title loss. What's his mindset right now, Joe?
Well, he's looking to improve. He wants his chance back at Pereira, and he needs a dominant win over Zach Wells.
His nickname is The One, and he never lacks in confidence.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind I'll get the belt back. In my heart, I believe it's my belt. I don't fight to be number 2. I fight to be number 1, and I've proven I could do it to everybody. I've proven it to myself, and I know I can do it. It doesn't really matter who's in the way. It doesn't matter to me. The better the opponents are, is just the better it makes me have to be. So there's not a single doubt in my mind I'll get it back.
Well, he talks about his tough opponents, but on paper tonight, he should win with relative ease over Zach Wells, but you're not so convinced.
No, you can't count out Wells. He's tall, and he's got a lot of power with a 100% finish rate.
All right, let's talk about now the main event. The featherweight championship of the world on the line. Robin Van Roosmalen versus Kevin Van Ostrand.
Yeah, this is an exciting matchup because it's a contrast in style. You're going to see Van Roosmalen pressure, and Van Ostrand really try to use his bizarre, weird angles and styles to slow down the featherweight champ.
Yeah, Robin Van Roosmalen, one of the greatest kickboxers Glory has ever seen. His career record, 39-7 with 21 knockouts. And with a win tonight, he'll tie the heavyweight champion of the world, Rico Verhoeven, with the most wins in Glory history.
And what makes Van Roosmalen so impressive and fun to watch is that he's got such a basic style. He comes forward, a lot of power, and good counters.
He will grind you down. He will beat you down. On the other end of the spectrum sits his opponent tonight, Kevin Van Ostrand. He's unorthodox. He's unpredictable. And he's looking to become the first ever American men's Glory champion. He's backstage with Whitney Miller.
Kevin, you have a lot of fans here tonight, but one in particular that everybody knows his name's Floyd Mayweather Sr., and you guys worked out this morning together. What was some of the advice that he gave you?
Yes, the master boxing coach. He gave me some hand combinations to work with. He wanted me to focus on the jab. The jab sets up everything. I'll throw some power. Really, he wanted me to be relaxed and have fun.
Now, Robin is very difficult for many people. Why and how are you going to stop him?
Oh, because I'm an American. That's why. I got something up my sleeve. Can't really tell you right now, but if you watch the fight, you'll be able to see it.
All right, well, good luck tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The lightweights are coming up next.
Glory Sports International, the world's premier kickboxing organization, makes its long-awaited return to California's West Coast and the City of Angels for Glory 52 Los Angeles, where champions and future champions come to stand up and fight. And tonight, featuring a featherweight championship unification bout. All of our bouts tonight sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, their chair, John Carvelli, and their executive officer, Andy Foster. Long Beach Arena, are you ready for glory? We begin in Glory's lightweight division. This talented Canadian burst onto the Glory stage, winning his first 4 fights. Make him feel welcome, Josh Johnsey.
Here comes Josh Johnsey to the Glory ring, and Joe, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He was stunned his last Glory outing, losing by knockout to Elvis Hashi. It was deemed the upset of the year of 2017.
Yeah, but Josh Johnsey's record doesn't really reflect his abilities. He's fought the best in Glory. He's fought Giorgio Petrosian, he's fought Didachai, and all of his losses are against top-range opponents. So if we're going to see Johnsey climb the ranks again, he's got to beat names like Stoyan Pavlinski.
This man's head kick KO in Rotterdam last December was voted Knockout Kick of the Year for 2017, Stoyan Pavlinski.
This man is a huge star in his country of Bulgaria, not known for their athletic feats. He can't walk down the street without being mobbed. It's that type of popularity and his skill level that got him signed by Glory, and he's living up to the hype, Joe.
Yeah, and he's come from Mike's gym. So Big Mike talked a lot about Stoyan before he was in Glory, but we got to see him really evolve when we saw him in the Glory tournament last time at Glory 49, scoring a head kick KO of the year and an impressive win in the finals against up-and-coming star to Johnny Bastati.
This could be your fight of the night. Johnsey versus Pavlinski. What a way to kick off Glory 52 LA. Here's our tail of the tape. Both men in their early 20s, and it'll be the Bulgarian with a 3.5-inch reach advantage.
With professional experience, it's Johnsey having the advantage, as well as 11 Glory fights, so very experienced in Glory for Johnsey.
Here are the Glory rules, if you're not familiar. 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. You've got to hit the ground running and kicking. Punches, kicks, knees are the legal strikes. 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in the fight, and we've got a TKO.
And tonight in California, 5 judges will be scoring the vote using a 10-point system. Scoring is based on knockdowns, followed by damage, followed by clean scoring strikes with emphasis on spectacular techniques. Finally, if there's no clear advantage, judges are looking for aggressiveness. Now let's take a look at my keys to glory for these 2 gentlemen. The first for Stoyan is to use his length, use his power kick on the outside, and keep changing levels. For Josh Johnsey, he needs to use his footwork and distance control, mix his outside fighting, his movement with his active pressure style, look to mix levels and look to land that left hook to his body that he's known for.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this lightweight matchup scheduled 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He won Fight of the Night honors in Copenhagen for his win at Glory 40. His professional record, 27 wins with 8 losses, 15 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, 1.80 meters, and he weighed in at 153.2 pounds, 69.5 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Vancouver, Canada, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Josh Johnson. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, a world amateur Muay Thai champion and a Glory Contender tournament champion. His young professional record, 9 wins, just 1 loss. 4 of those 9 wins coming by knockout. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, 1.80 meters, and he too weighed in at 153.2 pounds, 69.5 kilos. He fights out of Bulgaria. Here is Stoyan, the Sniper, Koprivensky. And the referee in charge of this bout, Big John McCarthy.
Gentlemen, bend over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. I want you to fight hard, but fight clean. Touch close in. Good luck to both of you.
Both men in peak physical condition. Koprivensky obviously very confident. What's the mindset of Josh Johnson now trying to bounce back from such a devastating defeat?
Well, he needs to keep that out of his head and do what he was doing good with. Constant pressure, good combination work. He's got some vicious knees as well. But since that loss, he's had a good win in Canada to get his confidence back.
Outside of the Glory organization, Koprivensky, who scored the head kick knockout of the year last year, is very dangerous. Johnson must keep his guard up high.
Yeah, Stoyan's kicks are what makes him very dangerous. He's going to make levels with him. You see him kick the leg, try to hit the body, and then he'll mix to the head. And that's how we set up that head kick KO of the year.
This is the next generation of combat sports. We stand up, we fight.
And the level change from Stoyan. Good movement from Johnson.
What is it that you've seen that Johnson's lacked his last few fights? Why isn't he getting the results he thought he might?
He does well, but he tends to get countered with hooks. And it seems like his chin might not be as strong as it used to be. So he needs to stay really tight defensively, especially with counter strikes.
There are many who feel that if Koprivensky wins tonight, he should get a title shot next against the reigning champ, Sidichov. What say you, Joe?
Well, he's won a contender tournament and a good win against Johnson. Could solidify it. Sidichov's just at a tough level, and Stoyan's so young, so a fight against the champ this early could be good for his career. But even waiting wouldn't be a bad thing either.
A couple nice punches there, but it's Johnson who lands left hook. Koprivensky rolled the dice a little bit with that spinning back fist, and he paid the price as Johnson did a couple of clean shots.
Those guys shooting good punches on angles, good use of the kicks. Nice even match fight.
That was not a knockdown according to Big John McCarthy. Johnson back on his feet, exchange of hands again. There's a head kick. Was that a knockdown? No.
Looks like off the guard and off balance. Koprivensky. Those dangerous knees from Johnson.
Nice closing stanza here for Johnson to end round one. Close round for sure.
Nice combination work to end the round.
Stoyan Koprovinski, known as the Sniper, fighting out of Mike's Gym in Amsterdam by way of Bulgaria. As Joe mentioned, he just won a contender tournament at Glory 49 Redemption, beating Tijani Bestati and Michael Yerk, who was on the receiving end of that head kick knockout, the knockout of the year. And outside the ring, he's studying for his Marine Navigator license, says one day he wants to pilot a giant barge.
Josh Johnsey, known for his explosive dynamic style, best moves are the knees, and you can see in his corner his father, Vincent Johnsey, who's a former kickboxing champion himself, as well as his brother, Jay Johnsey, who's been traveling a lot with fighters in MMA.
When you drop his head by the kick counter. When you drop his kick counter.
Here we go, round 2. Did you give round 1 to?
To be honest, it's hard for me to score. It was really tough. Good action back and forth. Both had some damaging moments.
It's like Stoyan started the round better.
And Johnsey finished better. Yeah, so can't even score that round. Even for the judges.
Let you ride the fence this time. Body kicking, a good combination from Johnsey. Johnsey with the new hairstyle. We asked him why he did it. He said, I just wanted to.
Yeah, he's always got a good flash, a good style to him. Always good outfits, lookouts.
He's crisp.
Stoyan really controlling the center of the ring, not backing up much.
Was the sweep there. That is not a knockdown. Johnsey, as precise as he is, a blue-collar guy at heart. Once he graduated high school, spent a year working as a plumber to save enough money that he could go to Holland for a year and train to be a better kickboxer. And it's paid dividends.
And then he went with Andy Sauer, one of the best kickboxers of all time. So learned lots from going there. His father being a former world champion himself.
This would be a huge confidence booster. Johnsey could beat Stoyan Koprovinski, who's currently ranked 4 in the world.
When Johnsey first started, he was being so dominant. That's why he got the fights against Sidachai, against Petrosian. He just was on the bad side of some losses. So I still think we've seen the best from Josh Johnsey.
He's certainly much improved from the last time we saw him against Elvis Gashi. He said, listen, I just let my emotions get the best of me. I overlooked Gashi. I made some stupid decisions, and I'm not going to do it again tonight.
Yeah, Johnsey's really attacking the legs. I like how he just went upstairs.
I like how Johnsey, once he's finished combination, immediately the hands go up.
Yeah, that's definitely a learning thing that he had. You know, even with his fight against Chris Baya, Johnsey was doing well until Baya cracked him with a hook.
Just missed that spinning back fist as Johnsey sticks his tongue out. And we've got a cut over the left eye of Stoyan.
Probably from that right head kick. Nice counter right hand off that kick.
With the guard, and Johnsey oozing with confidence now.
Yeah, I think they're happy with the low kicks that he landed. With those dangerous knees Johnsey throws, he has to stop over Antonio Gomez with that knee.
So we'll head to the third, and it's a close one, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was definitely a better round for Johnsey. First round really close, but I'm going to give the edge to Johnsey in this round. Landed really good low kicks. Did a good job defensively as well.
Johnsey was very respectful of Stoyan Koprovinski's skills, but he's, listen, I'm better at everything than Stoyan is. That's how I feel.
In the eye, it's below the brow. Look at it.
Let's see where that cut opened up, Joe.
Man, it looks like a pretty big cut too. But it looked like it was from a right head kick. Yeah, that's definitely it. It looked like it just got over the guard of Stoyan. But there's Johnsey doing a good job using his right straight. He's trying to counter Stoyan's right kick with his right straight and mixing up high kicks himself.
That's good.
John needs to keep this pressure.
Third and final round. In this very important clash between lightweights, Josh Johnson wearing the black gloves, Stoyan Koplovinsky in the white. Could very well come down to this third and final round.
If you're looking at strikes thrown and landed, it's almost identical.
Johnson looks fresher, but a lot of that had to do with the fact that there's blood coming out of Stoyan's face.
And remember, damage is a scoring factor. It's the second scoring criteria, so judges are looking at that.
Good work.
Level changes for Johnson with his right kick. A lot of people, including myself, thought Stoyan had the advantage kicking, but Johnson's doing a good job landing his low kicks. Double jab.
Stoyan still, though, just one high kick away from ending this contest, as seen there.
Johnson slipped those twice. He needs to be careful, not get carried away. I want to see Stoyan be a little bit more active, though. I think he's waiting a little too long. This is what he needs to do. Pressure, stay long.
Exchange kicks. Johnson went low. Koplovinsky went high. Spinning attack from Johnson.
The activity from Stoyan.
Oh, that swing back fist, partially connected.
Yep, Johnson needs to keep his hands tight. Stoyan will throw those spectacular strikes out of nowhere. Here, Johnson's corner telling him to hit and move. Keep your hands up, move.
Watch your head.
Someone going to take this fight by the scruff of the neck and claim it as their own. Half a minute to do so. Strike statistics are virtually identical. Nice knee from Josh Johnson.
Yeah, impressive since he's the shorter fighter as well. Get up there and land knees against a tall opponent, but a combination ending with a low kick.
Couple jabs from Johnson.
He's landed that double jab a few times.
And that will do it. An entertaining bout from Johnson and Koplovinsky. Not sure who got the job done, though.
Yeah, it was a very close fight, but I got to give a slight edge to Johnson the way he finished out that second and third round, but very close fight.
Is Koplovinsky perhaps head towards a world title shot? Or is Josh Johnson back on track after that devastating loss last year at Madison Square Garden? The official decision when we return to Glory 52 LA.
Glory Kickboxing is the most action-packed fight sport on the planet. Legal strikes are punches, kicks, and knees. Regular bouts are 3 rounds. Championship bouts are 5, and each round is 3 minutes of action. Outfight your opponent for 10-9. Knock them down for 10-8. In a normal bout or tournament final, 3 knockdowns in 1 round or 4 in the entire bout, and the fight is over by TKO. In a tournament semi, 2 knockdowns in 1 round or 3 in the entire bout, and it's all over. Or you can just knock your opponent out. Sweeps, elbows, and grappling are not allowed. Clinching is okay if you follow up with a knee. Glory rules are designed to bring non-stop, fast-paced stand-up action. To find out more, go to glorykickboxing.com.
Good to see you, man.
We welcome you back to Southern California. Josh Johnson and Stoyan Koprivlensky patiently awaiting the decision here as we look at some highlights from this very entertaining light battle.
Yeah, there was a lot of good action back and forth, especially in the first round. Stoyan doing a good job pressuring. Johnson looking to counter. They keep the fight on the outside. But both guys did a good job using their kicks back and forth. Second round, again, back and forth action. You saw Johnson use the low kick a little bit more. Stoyan continually pressuring. Johnson narrowly getting away from the head kicks from Stoyan, but boom, impressive knee with that switch knee getting up there. But a lot of good sportsmanship, both really young, talented fighters. Great fight, regardless of the decision.
Here's our fight metrics. Stoyan Koprivlensky with 80 feet total landed strikes compared to 85 for Josh Johnson. It's about as close as we're going to get.
Strikes landed by zone. You saw Johnson really attacking the head with punches. A lot of those with his nice double jab. Stoyan using the body punches. And Josh Johnson really attacking those legs in the second and third round.
The official decision now from Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Let's now look at the totals from our 5 ringside judges. They score this bout 29-28 Johnson, 29-28 Koprivlensky, 29-28 Koprivlensky, 30-27 Johnson. And our 5th and final judge scores the bout 30-27. A split decision for your winner, Josh Johnson.
He did, Joe. Josh Johnson is back as he's the 4th ranked lightweight in the world today. Whitney Miller speaking with Johnson now.
Josh, congratulations. That was an epic performance. I have to ask you, you know, you came in here kind of an underdog in this. You wanted your confidence back. How good does this feel?
I've been thinking about this for months now. You know, I've been training so hard since my last fight in Glory, non-stop. I changed the way my habits a little bit, and you know, I'm even more serious than I was before. I was always serious. I'm even more now, and this feels so good. It feels so good to, you know, the Glory judges aren't always so kind to me. I've always had to win by knockout. So yeah, this is nice.
Congratulations, John.
So Josh Johnson, Joe, gets back in the win column. Who would you like to see him face next?
Well, he's got a lot of good ways to come up. They have him ranked number 10, but a lot of good guys. One of the fights I'm most excited for, I would see someone like Tijani Bestati would be a great fight for him, another light up-and-comer. Chris Baya, again, as a rematch. He's had a fight with Anatoly Moisiev as well. So a lot of good fights, but I think the fight for him is Tijani Bestati.
Hey, I want to see Gashi versus Johnson again. I'd love to see that rematch.
Absolutely.
We're headed to Madison Square Garden this summer, so if Core Him is listening, our matchmaker, that's my Todd Grisham pick of the 2018 summer season, Gashi versus Johnson, Part 2. Well, coming up later, former 2-time middleweight world champion. There he is, Simon Marcus. Looks to get back on track for gold as he squares off against young American. Full of confidence, ready for the biggest fight of his career. It's Zach Wells, who's ready to unleash here tonight. But up next, an all-American fair that this crowd has been waiting for. Mike Lemaire and Chris Camozzi is next.
GloryShop.com is your stop for all things Glory Kickboxing. Represent your favorite world-class strikers in your own t-shirts, hoodies, hats, training gear, and more. Join your favorite fight club and get your Glory gear today. GloryShop.com. Tradition, style, glory.
welcome you back to the Long Beach Convention Center. Coming up, we head to France May 12th. It's Glory 53 Lille. Not one, but two title fights. The super bantamweight division, the two top female kickboxers on the planet square off, Amel Debbie and Anissa Mexen. Also, the Goliath returns. Paul Ben Sadiq facing Jafar Wilnis in heavyweight action. Glory 53 Lille, don't miss it. Coming up next, a lot of people are excited about this one. Chris Camozzi versus Mike Lemaire.
Mike Lemaire is a guy that I'm pretty familiar with. He's solid, he got good Muay Thai, he kicks a lot. I know he's preparing for this fight, but so am I. After my first fight, nobody has anything to go off of still.
Chris was like landing like 15 punch combination and wasn't even able to like knock him out. So what makes him think he's gonna knock me out?
You know, I have that pressure, I have the talent, and I have the chin to win.
Number one, he never faced anybody like me in kickboxing. That's for damn sure. A lot of people think you're a good striker in MMA, good striker in the UFC. It'll translate right over. These are two completely different sports.
He's trying to take his head off. Good.
I'm gonna walk him down. He can try to kick me all he wants, but I'm gonna come through it, and I'm gonna put a hurting on him. He's got over 20 fights in kickboxing, but I got over 40 fights in MMA. I've never been knocked out, and I've never been dropped.
But I've never lost in California. In Muay Thai or kickboxing rules, I've never lost.
The decision's probably on his side in his hometown, so I'm gonna make sure he doesn't get that far, and I'm gonna finish him.
Chris who? Because he hasn't proved himself in kickboxing, and he's talking all this. Who are you?
But I don't think he does anything flashy or anything I've never seen before.
I mean, he's got this surprise coming his way, man.
2018 is gonna start with me beating Mike, exciting fashion, and you know, proving that I am a legit boxer and I'm here to stay.
In Long Beach, California, and the French Rock is gonna put on a show against Chris Camozzi.
Introducing Mike Lemaire. Here is Chris Camozzi. After a storied mixed martial arts career, this UFC veteran steps up to his next challenge inside the Glory ring. Here is Chris Camozzi.
Chris Camozzi, one kickboxing fight. It was a win in Glory at Madison Square Garden, but he's a combat sports veteran, 20 fights in the UFC, and his best friend is Dustin Jacoby, and he says, I'm dedicating my performance tonight to him because Mike Lemaire beat Dustin Jacoby. It was a horrible decision, and I'm gonna get revenge tonight for my buddy.
Yeah, you gotta look at that 19 UFC fight experience. It's ring experience, it's fight experience, and he thinks that's enough to match the kickbox experience of Lemaire.
How good is Camozzi at kickboxing? We really don't know yet, but we will find out tonight.
He last competed in the finals of the Contender Tournament inside Madison Square Garden at Glory 48. Here comes Mike Lemaire.
Born in France, living in San Diego, Mike Lemaire with a good following here for him tonight. And so, at the age of 31, he is finding the prime of his career. In his last outing, he looked better than he ever has.
Yeah, he looked really good. You saw a good improvement with his boxing, his power, good forward pressure. He's with a new team now, and it's really showing the difference in his boxing and his new outlook on fighting.
Here's our tail of the tape for this middleweight battle between Mike Lemaire and Chris Camozzi. It'll be Camozzi who has a 2-inch advantage and an 1.5-inch reach advantage.
And as we mentioned during the walkouts, it's the kickboxing experience of Mike Lemaire versus the UFC and MMA experience of Chris Camozzi. Now it's my keys to glory for both of these guys. For Mike Lemaire, I want to see him put the pressure on. Use his Muay Thai base, which is his kicks and knees, and let's see his improved boxing. Where Chris Camozzi, I want to see him mix his outside movement with his pressure fighting, use his jab, mix in angles, and really look to utilize his boxing against the kicks of Lemaire.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for three-minute rounds in Glory's middleweight division. Introducing first, standing on my right and fighting out of the black corner, He won his kickboxing and Glory debut in New York at Glory 48 last year. His young kickboxing record, 1 win, and that win came by knockout. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.21 meters, he weighed in officially at 186 pounds, 84.4 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, here is Chris the Capo Camozzi. Here now is his opponent, standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, a 2-time Muay Thai world champion, making his 10th Glory start. His professional record, 19 wins with 5 losses, 8 of those wins by knockout. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.86 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 187 pounds, 84.8 kilos. Fighting out of San Diego, California, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mike Lemaire. Here now is your referee for this contest, Dan Zell.
Let's let gentlemen in 3 rounds. Just obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touchdowns, come out the bell. Good luck to both of you.
Great energy for this fight, Mike Lemaire, who told us, I'm not buying the Chris Camozzi hype train. It ends tonight for Camozzi. He said, I'm just getting started. Lemaire is just a stone on the stepping path to my way to a Glory World title. Camozzi wearing the black gloves, Lemaire in the white.
See Camozzi, the southpaw. Lemaire, orthodox fighter, good hands from Camozzi.
Well, Camozzi landed that left, and Lemaire...
No, stop! Step back. No clinching, gentlemen.
Stumbled away from it, not sure it hurt him much.
Lemaire's trying to hit that inside leg, but Camozzi's doing a good job at checking it. Just turning his knee in.
Stop! Step back, step back. Fight! No, stop! Bring him out throwing. Bring him out throwing.
Chris Camozzi told us, listen, in my opinion, I train every day with the best middleweight in the world in Dustin Jacoby, and Mike Lemaire is not on his level.
And Camozzi's been part of all of Jacoby's camps, so he's been around the kickboxing scene and training camps for a long time.
Leaping right hand for Mike Lemaire.
And Mike Lemaire is a great veteran. We saw him first at Glory 9, and he just keeps improving. Strong, durable, keeps coming forward.
Camozzi told us his game plan was pace and pressure on Lemaire. Doesn't feel that his cardio is up to snuff.
I feel Lemaire's going to try to use his kicks. But again, being a southpaw might slow down his locus a lot.
Boy, Camozzi's kind of putting his hand down in the clinch, waiting for the referee to break him up. And Lemaire's taking advantage.
Camozzi looking to counter with his hands.
No, stop! Don't carry that leg. Don't carry that leg. Let's go, fight.
Body shot from Lemaire on the way in.
Hands are free. Let's go. Stop! Left hand.
Nice straight left from Camozzi.
No.
Camozzi looked like he wanted to try axe kick.
Yeah.
Bailed out halfway through.
Wants to tell Lemaire he can kick too.
And that's his week, which is not legal, and I would be surprised if he's not warned sternly here.
You understanding?
Yeah, you got to kick the leg. You can't trip the leg out like that.
It's completely legal and accepted in Muay Thai, but not in Glory Kickboxing, as Camozzi takes a low blow.
Time. Right here. Stay there. Let's go in the neutral corner.
Camozzi can take up to 5 minutes to bounce back.
You understand me?
Fighters rarely do take an amount of time.
Yeah, they hit a crowd pressure in them, but you gotta be smart. Take your time if you need it.
Camozzi played rugby and wrestled in high school, competitive rugby in college, so you know he's about as tough as they come. After college was over, he went something physical and competitive to do with his time, and that's when he got into mixed martial arts and eventually found his way into kickboxing.
Yeah, he was even on the recent season of The Ultimate Fighter. He got to do a lot of sparring with heavyweight champ Stipe Miocic.
Stop! Step back. Right. Stop! Let's go, gentlemen.
10 seconds to go here in round one.
They're continuing to pressure.
Mike Lemaire, born in France, as I mentioned. He now trains and lives in San Diego. He won the Road to Glory middleweight tournament in 2013. 3 wins in 1 night.
He's just very tough, very durable. You never see him give up. Chris Camozzi, on the other hand, he feels like I can throw with more power in kickboxing, a bit on his strikes. So the biggest difference for him is getting comfortable with the rule change, the difference in glove size. He can't grapple, uses jiu-jitsu, but he really has a good team in Mark Montoya and Factory X behind him, so I'm sure the transition's been pretty easy for him.
Round 2 here between these 2 middleweights. They'll call it a crossroads fight, but certainly the winner of this will be well positioned for a big fight this summer.
Stop! Step back. You guys
Both
lost that
very big
privilege.
middleweights too. Camozzi puts on a lot of weight after his weight cuts. Lemaire looking always shredded and ripped.
Camozzi had a little bit of trouble making weight yesterday.
Stop! Step back.
Ended up after he weighed in a pound and 1.8 pounds over, ran, worked out, came in and was 1.5 pounds under.
Step back, step back.
Do you ever see carry over the next day when a fighter struggles to make weight like that, Joe?
Well,
No, stop.
I don't think it was a real struggle for him. It's just he missed weight when he got on the scale, but sometimes you miscalculate. If scale in your room is a pound heavier, it can mess you up.
I want you guys to listen up. Let's go.
The professional experience.
Yeah, I know. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Doesn't affect him.
No, that was a body shot. Let's go. Quit crying.
Camozzi really focusing on the body right now.
Step! Step back. Step back.
Lemaire's trying to use his knees too when Camozzi's coming in.
No, let's go. Let's go.
Camozzi's corner saying, Chris, get your hands going.
Step back. Let's go. Fight.
We're already halfway through the fight. There's a couple of punches to score for Lemaire.
Hands are free.
Camozzi trying to bait Lemaire in,
Stop.
it seems
Step
like.
back.
Yeah, trying to catch him coming in, but Lemaire's improved boxing and power, needs to be careful, but Camozzi landed a beautiful straight left, 3 of them in a row.
Great work now
Stop.
from Camozzi.
Yeah, it's those straight punches from Camozzi. Just that forward pressure. Lemaire wants to get inside with his knees and his punches.
Stop. Step back.
Slight cover to the left eye of Chris Camozzi right now. Body kick there from Lemaire. Beats a jab from Camozzi.
Nice right hand from Lemaire.
Stop. Step back. Stop. Step back. Fight. Watch your heads, gentlemen. Stop.
Interesting,
Step back.
Lemaire, at least 4 or 5 times, has just been running in like a bull towards the matador.
Yeah, he's liking that close range fight.
Camozzi a little off balance. Not sure how much that was because of a punch.
Stop.
Don't think that landed.
No holding. No holding.
Either way, not good body language from Camozzi right now.
Stop. Step back. Time.
So that's round 2 as Lemaire lifts his fist to the air.
Last
A lot
round
of
here.
clinching between the two. It's a lot of messy inside range fight.
Last round here. Stop the hold.
Some of the action from Lemaire. A lot of his best strikes have come from those hard body kicks, followed by his right hand. Beautifully set up. There he goes to kick again. Seems to be Lemaire's best weapons are his kicks and knee, where Camozzi's really doing a good job using his boxing. We've seen a lot of good left straights from Camozzi.
Find your rear side hand, okay? Yeah. I need you starting every change here, all right? You start everything. Chris, you gotta go right now. You gotta look at the finish right here. You gotta get, but don't just go hard. Seconds out. No. 3, mouthpiece, come here. 3, mouthpiece, come here. Listen up, Jim. I want you to keep it clean. You understand me?
It's been a very close fight. Joe, who do you have winning through 2 rounds right now?
Well, like you said, very close fight. I'm going to give a slight edge to Mike Lemaire. I think he's using his kicks well, doing a little better in the clinch range, which the fight has been predominantly in.
Well, that right hand knocks some sweat off of Chris Camosi's head.
Step back. Fight.
A knee from Camosi.
I want to see Camosi let that left straight go.
Let's go.
He seems to land it every time he throws it. Try to bait Lemaire in and let that left straight go.
No, stop.
Camosi questioned the conditioning of Mike Lemaire, but right now, Lemaire seems up to snuff for sure.
It's hard to question Lemaire's conditioning. In his last, he was in a tournament, and he just kept coming forward in both of his fights.
Oh, and Camosi's starting to eat more punches now as his hands continue to drop. Is that a strategy by him, Joe, or is he just tired?
Well, could be a little bit of both. Even in the first round, we saw his hands a little bit down. Remember, that could be the MMA side.
Both of these guys landing power punches now.
Nice uppercut from Camosi.
Oh, and a left hand. Chris starting to score more.
Yeah, it's that left hand. Every single time he lands it. Every time he throws, he lands it. Whether it's a straight or an uppercut.
Both these guys look capable of still scoring a knockout here.
Camosi needs to be careful coming with his hands down. He's kind of jumping in with his hands low.
Stop. Watch that hand. Watch your hand. Let's go.
60 seconds left here in round 3.
Stop. Stop. Okay.
Lemaire looks content to clinch, maybe trying to catch his breath. Maybe Camosi knew something. He knew his conditioning was better than Lemaire.
Listen up.
He's got to let that left hand go.
Camosi trying to bounce on his toes, get some life into those legs.
No, stop. Now let's go.
Anyone's fight.
Yep, definitely in the air.
Stop.
Especially with this better third round from Camosi. Makes this fight interesting.
Ooh. Lemaire with right hand. Camosi answers back. Body kick from Camosi.
Step back.
This is a better debut for Camosi. Nice hard fight.
And that will do it. A bruising encounter between Lemaire and Camosi. Which American will get the decision? We'll find out when we return to the Long Beach Convention Center.
GloryShop.com is your stop for all things Glory Kickboxing. Present your favorite world-class strikers and get your own t-shirts, hoodies, hats, training gear, and more. Join your favorite fight club and get your Glory gear today. GloryShop.com. Tradition, style, glory. May 12th, it's fast and furious in France with Glory 53 Lille, featuring not one, but 2 title fights. First, the 2 best women on the planet, with a combined record of 123-4, do battle, as MXN makes her first defense against fellow countryman Amel Debbie. Then, Siddiqui returns fresh from his 3rd defense at 8-1 in Glory, and winner of 6 straight fights. Can anyone stop the champ? And the Goliath, Jamal Ben Sadiq, turns. Glory 53 Lille, May 12th. Don't miss it.
We welcome you back to Southern California. You're watching Glory 52 LA. And boy, did we have a slugfest here between 2 middleweights, both American, Mike Lemaire and Chris Camosi.
Yeah, a lot of good action back and forth. A lot of the fight happened in this close range, a lot of clinching, a lot of grabbing, good knees on the inside. Round 2, we saw Mike Lemaire really trying to attack the body. Camozzi continuing the pressure. Good combination work when Mike Lemaire threw. Camozzi with his left hand, which was his most successful strike in this fight. He landed it as a straight, as an uppercut. Third round, good back and forth action. You saw the nose of Camozzi start opening up, but beautiful back and forth action. You saw Camozzi with an uppercut, Lemaire with hooks. So good action back and forth. I think this is the fight that Camozzi really wanted, and like Lemaire really wanted to welcome Camozzi to glory.
Let's look at the fight statistics. And they are extremely close. You can see 32 punches landed for Chris Camozzi to the head, 12 to the body, and it was Lemaire who landed 18 to Camozzi. Overall, 55 total strikes landed by Lemaire, 61 for Camozzi, who got the job done. Tim Hughes with the answer.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here are the totals from our 5 ringside judges. All of them scored about the same, 30-27, a unanimous decision for your winner, Mike Lemaire.
Mike Lemaire with the win here tonight. This crowd loved it. He's with Whitney Miller.
Mike, real quick, congratulations. I know you've been asking for this fight, and you stopped the hype train tonight. What did you, is this what you expected from him?
Yeah. Hey, first of all, respect Chris. He's coming from the MMA world to the highest level of kickboxing. It's not easy. His last opponent wasn't, a ranked top kickboxer like me, so mad respect, Chris. He's a tough guy. I know it was going to be hard to put him away. I could have done better. I think we clashed a little too much in the middle. I thought he was going to come forward a little bit more, and for me to work on my angles. That was the game plan. We actually clashed in the middle, so it was a little sloppier than I expected, but I hope I give you guys a good show. As usual, this is my house, ours.
Congratulations, Long Beach, give it up for Mike Lemaire.
Interesting stat, Joe. Mike Lemaire has fought 10 times in glory. He's alternated wins and losses the last 10 fights. We told him about that in the fighter meeting yesterday, and he said, oh, I know it. I'm going to change that, but not this time because I'm due for a win.
Yeah, he's got to keep that momentum going and change that pattern, but good improve from Mike Lemaire, and I'm just happy to see him continually get better and improve from such Glory 9 all the way to here to Glory 52.
Well, still to come, ladies and gentlemen, the featherweight championship of the world is on the line. Perhaps the best fighter in glory. Ruben van Roosmalen looks to remain unbeaten in the division as he faces one of the most exciting and devastating fighters in the world. There's Floyd Mayweather Sr. Get out with Kevin Van Ostrand. Coming up next, the one is back. Two-time middleweight world champion Simon Marcus facing American Zach Wells when we return. Don't miss the next edition of Inside Glory as we prepare you for Glory 53 Lil. Sit down with the #1 female kickboxer on the planet, Anessa Mexon, and our fighter profile looks at light heavyweight favorite, 4th-ranked Michael Duke, the Dream Crusher. Comes your way, Inside Glory April edition. You can see it on Glory's Facebook and YouTube channels. Have some celebrities in the house. There he is, WWE Hall of Famer and huge kickboxing fan, Bill Goldberg. Also from the combat sports world, Marvin Vettori, UFC middleweight. And there, it's Alan Joban, the UFC middleweight and part-time model as well. Joe, he may be a better dresser than even you.
I disagree.
Ladies and gentlemen, here come the middleweights. This Rocky Mountain High mixed martial arts standout steps into the glory ring for the second time. Please welcome Zach Wells.
Opportunity of a lifetime. That's what Zach Wells told us yesterday as he gets to face one of the best middleweights to ever do it. How does Zach Wells beat the one?
Well, he can't respect Simon. He's got to really utilize his boxing. Simon's so good with his kicks, but Zach has a 6'4" frame. He's really tough. He's got a lot of power, and all 5 of his wins are by knockout.
Glory is like no other organization. You're always fighting the best guys in the world, hungriest guys in the world, the #1 contender. Whoever has enough heart, enough determination to make it, I'm looking forward and more than happy to indulge. Willis, Rob, like I said, it doesn't matter. Bring them all, bring whoever they got, give me the best they got. I love that, I thrive on that, I want the best in the world. I'm not looking for any passes, I'm not looking for anything but prove who I am and what I can do. I'm coming for Pereira. I always do amazing when I step in the ring focused, when I step in the ring ready for any encore, and I've beat the best they have more than once. I've beat them all.
And I said to Pereira, hold on to that belt. We can do it again. Pereira, thank you for keeping your promise, but we're coming back for our belt. Simon is coming for his belt.
Simon fights, he leaves it all in the ring, and that's why every time he fights it's an exciting fight.
Oh, regularly.
He does have an aggressive fighting style, but he doesn't have good counter fighting. You'll see him move back, evade shots, and counter himself.
Marcus gets a right hook to the jaw of Jacoby.
Simon still keeps coming forward, though.
He is the one, Simon Marcus! His dominance in World Muay Thai laid the groundwork for his newfound success in the sport of kickboxing. Here is Simon Marcus.
Look at the intensity of Simon Marcus, and we saw in that video feature, Simon Marcus only has one goal right now: regain the middleweight championship of the world. We heard them talk a lot about Alex Pereira, but no one mentioned the name Zach Wells. Any chance Simon is overlooking his opponent here tonight?
No, I don't think so. And Simon has so much experience. He knows what he has to do. And in order for him to get that title shot, he needs to beat Wells. And he needs to do it in a dominant fashion. And he's going to really look to use his Muay Thai base. He's got very powerful kicks, one of the best left kicks in the game. So he's got to stay calm, he's got to stay focused, and really use his patience and his experience.
Here's our tale of the tape. In the middleweight division, former 2-time middleweight champion of the world Simon Marcus versus American Zach Wells, who will have a 3-inch height advantage and a 1.5-inch reach advantage.
With professional experience, it's all Simon Marcus here with 53 fights to 5 of Wells, but you got to look, Zach Wells does have some power that Simon needs to be careful of. Now, a look at my keys to glory for Simon Marcus. Like I mentioned, it uses experience and patience. He needs to control the pace of the fight and use that Muay Thai base with his kicks and knees, where Wells needs to take advantage of his height and reach advantage, try to use his boxing to shut down Simon's kicks, and really look to counter everything Simon got.
There's Floyd Mayweather Sr. He's here to support Kevin Van Ostrand later tonight in the main event, but he'll certainly enjoy what he's about to see as one of the finest kickboxers in the world. Simon Marcus, the one, is about to square off in action against Zach Wells.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He debuted in 2015 at Glory 24 in Denver with a first-round knockout. His young professional career, perfect. 5 fights, 5 wins, and all 5 by knockout. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, 1.93 meters, and he weighed in at 186.5 pounds, 84.6 kilos. Fighting out of Broomfield, Colorado, ladies and gentlemen, the Happy Killer, Zach King of War Wells. His opponent fights from the white corner, a 4-time Muay Thai world champion. His professional record, 47 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, and 26 career knockouts. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, he weighed in 185.5 pounds, 84.3 kilos. He's here tonight in LA, out of Toronto, Canada, and is the 2-time former Glory middleweight champion of the world. He is the one, Simon Marquez. Once again, your referee in charge of this bout, Marcos Rosales.
Simon.
A lot of items to take off of Simon Marcus over there.
All right, gentlemen, I've already gone over the rules. Let's have a good clean fight. We're going to go 3 rounds. Touch him up.
He's the Happy Killer, Joe. You saw him smiling during the introductions. How does Zach Wells beat Simon Marcus here tonight?
He's got to use his lane, try to use his boxing. Don't play the kicking game with Simon. Don't let Simon establish his pace.
Marcus sometimes has let his emotions take over. You might think he's so much better than Zach Wells. Let his guard down a little bit to put on a show for the crowd. That's the one fear that his supporters have.
Yeah, well, Zach Wells has nothing to lose, right? He's going to leave it all out there.
Zach Wells should be pretty confident. He's never lost. Only 5 fights, obviously, but all 5 have been stoppages.
He doesn't have a large amateur record either. He's 4-0 in amateur, but again, all 4 wins with finishes. So he does have some sort of power.
And he trains under Dwayne Bang Bang Ludwig. We all know his striking abilities.
You see Simon really use his kicks really well in his knees. There's that left kick that Simon's known for.
Oh, and a straight right hand splits the guard, and Zach Wells in trouble in the corner. Back up top, and the referee stopped in. And he stopped it. And Simon Marcus, inside of a minute, has beaten Zach Wells.
Yeah, he came in there. We all thought he was going to use his kicks really well, but he found his hands really well, mixed the body, and went right to the head for the finish.
Our first knockout of the night comes courtesy of the one, and he is certainly back, sending a message tonight to the champion, Alex Pereira. He wants his title back.
Yeah, and he said in this camp he worked a lot on his boxing and his mid-range fighting, and showed. He went in, attacked the body really well, and went upstairs for the finish.
Let's see that finish again, Joe.
Yeah, it was started with that right hand, and he realized that he had to go to the body, ripped the body 3-4 times, and then came upstairs with 2 or 3 big hooks.
Some will say that might have been a quick stoppage. He was hurt, but we're talking, what, 40 seconds into the first round.
But as soon as the referee stopped it, he had to call that fight.
Marcos Rosales, the referee, says he had seen enough. Not a ton of complaints out of the corner of Zach Wells. He'll live to fight another day. But Toronto, Ontario's finest, my apologies to Joseph Baldini, who's now retired, Simon Marcus gets back on track in devastating fashion. A first-round stoppage over Zach Wells.
And it was really nice to see Simon use his boxing as well. Known for his dominance in Muay Thai with his kicks and knees, so join the evolution of Simon in kickboxing.
Joe, they call that easy work.
Yeah, Zach Wells tried to stay long, tried to use some kicks on the outside, but once Simon got in and pressured, that's where the experience kicked in.
The 48th win for Simon Marcus, his 27th knockout, and we'll make it official when we return to Southern California for Glory 52 LA. Coming up, it's our main event as Robin van Roosmalen defends his title against the very eager and confident American Kevin Van Ostrand.
You are going to witness the most electrifying fighter in the world become not only world champion, but the only American champion in the history of Glory Kickboxing.
U.S. champ, North American champ. This is the real deal right now. This is the big stage. He wants to make sure your kids don't go to school. He wants to make sure that you're going to be living check to check, working 9 to 5 the rest of your life. That's what he wants to do. He wants to deprive you of everything you've ever dreamed of, everything your family's wanted. That's what he wants you to do. You gonna let that motherfucker do that to you? You gonna let another man dictate how you live? Come on, baby. Everything you promised your family, everything you promised your children for Christmas, for their birthdays, their lifestyle, their schooling, everything, the way they dress, everything. He's gonna try to tell you that you can't do that. You let one other man do that.
No, it's not.
Damn right. He's gonna die in that ring before we let that happen. Come on, baby. It's your time.
So our main event coming your way next. Robin van Roosmalen and Kevin Van Ostrand. Simon Marcus, a former world champion, just disposed of Zach Wells easily round 1.
Yep, there's good hands in boxing. Like I said, I like to see that Simon reworked on his boxing, level changing very well, and got finished.
Ladies and gentlemen, you watched it as it happened. This bout comes to an end when our referee Marcos Rosales steps in and waves it off with an official time of 1 minute and 3 seconds of that very first round, ruled a technical knockout. For your winner, Simon Marcus.
Bill Goldberg in the ring to celebrate with Simon Marcus. So too Whitney Miller, who's about to interview the one.
Simon, congratulations. Backstage, you told me you were just ready to go in there and have some fun. It looks like you did that tonight. What is your message to Alex Pereira?
I'm coming. In your dreams, in your mind, you're going to see me there because I'm coming. Ain't nothing going to stop me from getting my belt back. Pereira, I'm coming.
Long Beach, congratulations, Simon Marcus.
So Simon Marcus has his eyes on Alex Pereira, but let us not forget Yusuri Belgari and Jason Wilness, 2 other middleweights, will be squaring off in France. The winner of that fight most likely will get Alex Pereira, so Simon Marcus may need to wait a little while. Now we turn our attention to the main event, and it has been very hotly contested on social media. Even the camps are getting involved, as you'll see here.
Set for the featherweight championship of the world be on the line between Kevin Van Ostrand and Robin van Roosmalen. And joining me now, 2 men that know them very well. This is dear old dad for Robin van Roosmalen and his trainer, William van Roosmalen. And Amir Abdallah, the manager and good friend of Kevin Van Ostrand. This fight has had a lot of back and forth on social media. The other day, the headline from Van Roosmalen was that he felt Kevin had a 0.01% chance to win this fight.
Sure.
How did that make you guys feel?
Robin has to say those kinds of things. You know, he's been a champion for a long time. He's great at what he does. He's been reigning in the featherweight division, the lightweight division for quite some time. So, you know, as a champion, you have to put out those things. Unfortunately for Robin, with all due respect, you know, you can't just make up statistics. The actual statistics speak for themselves.
Robin said there are stages to this game and that he's on a separate stage than Kevin. What did he mean by that?
He's on another level. He's on another level as Kevin. But eventually, Kevin is a good fighter. We see that he knocks some people out. But what people? What people? What names?
Aside from learning how to trash talk, you guys are going to have to learn how to take a loss again also.
Okay. We'll see Saturday.
Oh, we absolutely will see Saturday.
Last thing, when tomorrow when the fight's over and the headline is written in the Los Angeles Times,
And
what's the headline going to say?
And new. And the first, only American champion in Glory history, Kevin Van Nostrand.
What will it say in the Den Bosch Tribune?
No one can find the manager of Kevin Van Nostrand. Everyone is crying.
From LA to Lille, that's where we're headed next for Glory 53, Saturday, May 12th. Not one, but two title fights. Sidachai defending his lightweight title for the fourth time, and an all-French affair, Anissa Meksen defending against Amel Debbie. Also, Jamal Ben Sadiq is back. It's Glory 53, Lille, May 12th. We are ringside here in Long Beach, California. Todd Grisham alongside the former welterweight champion of the world, Joseph Baltuini. We're set for our main event for the featherweight championship of the world. And Joe, I'm not sure I've ever seen in a world title fight more contrasting styles than what we're about to see.
Yeah, and that's what makes the fight so interesting. On paper, both guys have the style to beat one another. If you're going to beat a forward pressure style like Robin Van Roosmalen, you need to fight on angles. You need to be more unorthodox, and that's what Van Nostrand does well. Where to beat Van Nostrand's style, you need to be Robin Van Roosmalen. You need to pressure, you need to get on the inside, get him on the ropes, and look for the finish.
We've heard from the camps talking about this fight. Me and Joe have discussed this fight. How about let's hear now from the fighters themselves, and we start first with the challenge.
Kevin, this is the biggest fight of your life. I mean, you have the interim title right now, and now you're unifying it for the featherweight championship of the world. Where's your mindset coming into this week?
My mindset's on the gold. It always has been. This is definitely bigger than anything I ever imagined. It's bigger than me. This is bigger than my community. This is for the United States. Being the first American ever to win a Glory world title, that's, for me, I would say that's like Muhammad Ali status.
So now with this interim title, you have this guy named Robin Van Roosmalen in front of you. I mean, anyone he's fought, he's seemed to finish, TKO'd all of them. But you have a different style than a lot of these other guys. What type of fight do you expect with Robin?
I expect him to keep pushing forward, eat some shots, and then throw haymakers all day. And he wants to think that, you know, it's going to last 5 rounds, or he's going to finish me in 2. But when you go back to the fight before this, Anvar Boynazarov, he said the same thing.
Where's your advantage in this fight?
I believe it's in reach, and once again, thinking outside the box. I got something up my sleeve.
All right, and we're gonna have to wait to hear what that is?
Just like always.
All right, man, nice talking to you.
Don't blink.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Kevin Van Ostrand.
A lot of people fear him for no reason. I don't. He's just never fought anybody like me.
I'm gonna hit him with left hook. I don't need stand up. I think he never faced anybody compared to my skill set.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. 5 rounds in a unification bout for the Featherweight Championship of the World. This contender tournament champion comes to Los Angeles on a 4-fight winning streak. Here is Kevin Van Ostrand.
Kevin Van Ostrand, 17-1, 12 wins by knockout, most of them in the spectacular variety. He is unorthodox, he's unpredictable, he's at sometimes outrageous, but Joe, is he good enough to beat Boban Van Roosmalen?
Well, I think so. He's here because of that. He's seen finish all of his opponents. It's that unorthodox striking that makes him so good. We saw him dominate and have a comeback of the year in 2017 against Anway Barnazarov. He got dropped. Seconds later, he threw the knee. So we know he can take a shot. We know he's durable. And this is the moment he's been waiting for his entire life.
His debut on the Glory stage dates back to Glory 1 in Stockholm, Sweden. He comes winner of 9 of his last 10. Here is Robin Van Roosmalen.
One of the most dangerous fighters in Glory history. He's wreaked havoc over 3 weight classes over his career. He's the former lightweight champion of the world, the reigning featherweight champion of the world. He says, I see no fear. Nothing gets into my head. I will demolish Kevin Van Ostrand and prove that he's nowhere near my level.
Yeah, and you just can't seem to hurt Van Roosmalen. He's so strong, he's so durable. He'll sit there in the pocket, and what makes him so dangerous is the way he counters. He's got such good, powerful low kicks and very powerful punches.
Here's our tale of the tape for this, our main event, for the welterweight championship of the world. And the advantages for Van Ostrand jump right off the page. He's 4.5 inches taller and has a massive 7-inch reach advantage.
Looking at professional experiences, Van Roosmalen has 18 Glory fights and 46 professional fights. Van Ostrand's only with 18, but he's going to come forward and has a lot of confidence.
Let's look at our fight metrics. This world title fight, average fight time. Van Roosmalen usually takes a little longer to do his work, although he does have 5-round fights under his belt. Van Ostrand likes to get in, wreak havoc, and get out. Championship rules, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go 5 3-minute rounds. Punches, kicks, and knees with illegal strikes. No elbows, throws, or sweeps. 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in the fight, and it's a TKO.
And this championship bout will be scored using the 10-point must system. We're starting with knockdowns, followed by damage, followed by clean scoring strikes with an emphasis on spectacular technique. Finally, if there's no clear advantage, judges are looking for aggression. Now let's take a look at my keys to glory for these gentlemen. For Van Roosmalen, do what he does best, and that's pressure fight. Control the center of the ring, keep countering back, and look to land his low kicks and power punches. Where Van Ostrand needs to use his footwork, stay away from the ropes in the corners, mix up his strike selection, especially use his knee against Robin's forward pressure, and make sure he stays off those ropes.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event of the evening features an interim champion looking to turn his silver to gold, and a champion determined to hold on to his precious medal and prove once and for all that all others are second best. This bout sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission in cooperation with the ISKA. Their president, Corey Schaefer, is with us ringside. The 5 judges scoring this bout: Cecil Peoples, Michael Bell, Jack Reese, Zacharatos Gerasimos, and Max DeLuca. And at the opening bell, your referee, Big John McCarthy. From Los Angeles to London, Glory Kickboxing fans are watching in over 180 countries around the world. It's time for Glory! Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, a WKA US and World Muay Thai champion. His professional record, 17 wins with just 1 loss, 12 of those wins coming by knockout. At 5 feet 11 inches tall, 1.80 meters, he weighed in at 142.5 pounds, 64.7 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Syracuse, New York, he is the reigning interim featherweight champion of the world, Kevin Van Ostrand. Here knows his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, the only man to win the belt in 2 different Glory divisions. His professional record, 39 wins with 7 losses, and 21 of those wins by knockout. At 5 feet 6.5 inches, 1.69 meters, he weighed in at 142.5 pounds, 64.6 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning and defending Glory featherweight champion of the world, Ruben Pokerface Van Roosmalen. Once again, referee in charge, John McCarthy.
Kevin, been over the rules in the back. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. When I just stop, I want you to stop. Fight clean, fight hard, but fight fair. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good luck to both of you.
Ruben Van Roosmalen said Kevin Van Ostrand has a better chance of winning the lottery than beating me tonight. Can Van Ostrand cash in on the biggest moment of his career? The welterweight, or rather the featherweight championship of the world is on the line. Here we go, 5 rounds. Van Roosmalen in the white gloves, Van Ostrand in the black.
Yeah, and it's going to be how is Van Ostrand going to deal with Robin's pressure. That's the key to this fight. It's the story behind it.
Those knees will keep Van Roosmalen at bay. That's what put his last opponent away. Anvar Boy Nazarov could not take that Van Ostrand knee.
Yes, Van Ostrand likes to come out aggressively. He throws a lot, tries to move. He's going to blitz. You're going to see him throw back fists, spinning kicks. That's what he talks about, throwing things outside of the box.
Many people in the know, Joe, which includes you, believes Van Ostrand's best path to victory is a knockout in the first or second round.
Yeah, Robin can stay calm, and he'll keep pressuring. And he's going to take you into the deep waters in the later rounds. That's where his pressure fighting pays advantage, his low kicks. You'll see him rip the body really well.
High knee from Van Ostrand, then he goes up top with a kick.
There's that unorthodox striking.
All those athletic moves do take energy, though, and this is a 5-round fight.
But I like what Van Ostrand does is he's going to keep his distance and try to use his knee when Robin's coming in. That, to me, is one of his best strikes to land. But we've seen Van Roosmalen, too. Many guys have tried that knee, and he counters with his punches. He's knocked out many opponents trying to knee him.
The right hand popped the nose of Van Roosmalen, and blood is coming out. A good round one so far for the challenger. But we know that Van Roosmalen can take a lot of abuse. He's made of iron. He's beaten the world's best at 170 pounds, 155, and now is doing it as a featherweight.
Robin's gone 5 rounds from his last 10 fights, where this is still new to Kevin Van Ostrand. So let's see if it makes it to the 4th and 5th rounds.
We saw Matt Embry come out and start well against Van Roosmalen, and eventually he wilts it away. Most of them do.
Those low kicks from Van Roosmalen are starting to land.
Roosmalen told us that he's never seen a fighter with skinnier legs than Kevin Van Ostrand.
Oh, stop, break, step back.
We knew Roosmalen was going to take a few punches early on, but right now his face is showing a lot of wear and tear.
You hold it.
Rubin really trying to use counter punches, which is a good strategy.
What's that?
Nice back fist from Van Ostrand.
Good work, it's all right. Hold, step back, fight.
A lot of tension between these two fighters in these two camps. In fact, I'm told tonight there was a skirmish backstage between the trainer of Van Roosmalen, his father, and manager for Van Ostrand. They had to be pulled apart.
And there's been a lot of talk, tension between the two, which was a good build-up to this fight.
Nice left hand in there for Van Roosmalen. The end of round one, a good round as Van Roosmalen nods as if to say, okay, let's fight.
Yep, good first round from Van Ostrand. The key is, can he sustain this for 4 more rounds?
Here's a look at the damage that Van Ostrand was able to put on the Dutch fighter.
Yeah, he kept trying to mix stances coming in. The corner and the game plan for Kevin must have been to use his knees. He's been trying to reach for it, but he needs to keep his head defensive.
I'd say about 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
So round 2 here for the featherweight championship of the world. Round 1, a very good one for Kevin Van Ostrand. According to Vegas, Robin Van Roosmalen, a 7-1 favorite. Massive odds in his favor, but right now the American more holding his own.
Yeah, he's doing really well that first round. Like I said earlier, can Van Ostrand keep this pace?
Let go, step back. Go.
Because Van Roosmalen is going to keep pressuring like this for 5 rounds.
Oh, Van Ostrand, either right hand.
Go after him, go after him. Your hands are free. Go, there you go.
And this is what we've seen before from Robin Van Roosmalen. He'll get you in the corner and just maul at you.
Yeah, like I said, it's a very basic style, but so effective.
Van Ostrand promised that he'd have lots of surprises. Van Roosmalen said, I don't need surprises. You know what I'm going to do, and I dare you to stop me.
Get back.
Nice body kick from Kevin.
We haven't seen much from his spinning attack, but we know it's there.
Yeah, it's hard to spin against Van Roosmalen because he's always in your face. He doesn't give you that room to spin. And if you, he's going to close distance right away and hit you with punches.
Kevin Van Ostrand trying to become the first American male to win a full Glory World title. Of course, Tiffany Van Soos, American female, became the first ever Glory Women's Super Bantamweight champion.
Nice solid low kick from Van Roosmalen.
You could hear that one.
And he's content keeping his defense tight up top and then attacking the legs.
Overhand right from Van Roosmalen. Much better round from him.
Yeah, the pressure's starting to come.
No matter how hard you hit poker face, he's going to stand right in front of him.
I don't think I've ever seen Robin get rocked once. Very tough chin, strong defense. He's never really hurt in any of his fights.
Seems like the best weapon so far in this fight for Van Ostrand has been his knee.
Yeah, really well. And he's also his activity too. He's not waiting too long. He's striking. He's being first. He's trying to hit, move, and counter back.
Watch your head. Stop. No. Box. Yeah. Box. Stop.
Better round for the Dutchman for sure.
Yeah, definitely a better round for him. His pressure fighting starting to go. His low kicks are starting to land a little bit better now. Some back and forth action between the two. Van Roosmalen with a nice overhand right. And Ostrand doing that good job at hitting and moving. Still avoiding a lot of the power punches from Van Roosmalen. Still think the best weapon from Van Roosmalen so far has been low kicks.
Van Roosmalen told us there's no way Van Ostrand makes it to the end of round 3. Let's see if he was right. Scheduled for 5. This is a world title fight. Round 1, a good one for Van Ostrand. Round 2, much better for Van Roosmalen.
Nice counter right from Van Roosmalen. Nice exit from Van Ostrand. Good move.
Van Roosmalen beginning to chop away at the front leg, the right leg of Van Ostrand.
Kevin's corner asking him to keep his distance, touch and move. You don't want to stay mid-range with Van Roosmalen, especially if you have a 7-inch reach advantage.
Be surprised we haven't seen more unorthodox attacks from Van Ostrand.
Well, like I said, in my keys to glory, it's Robin's pressure. It shuts down that unorthodox striking. Just like that.
Right hand, and that is a knockdown. No. Big John McCarthy looked like he was going to score a knockdown. Changed his mind. That high kick from Van Roosmalen connects as well. Oh, and a right hand lands.
This is the Van Roosmalen style.
Everything's connecting now for Poker Face.
Hit the body, hit the head, go back to the legs.
More knees from the American. Nice flurry from Van Roosmalen. Outside low kick. The momentum has certainly shifted. Big kick there from Van Roosmalen.
That's a lot of experience from Van Roosmalen. It's starting to show.
Those knees are still landing, though.
Yep. You have to think, Van Roosmalen's taken kicks off the arms. He's fought Sidachai twice. He's taken knees from Sidachai, kicks off the arm.
Touched Panama, lit him up.
Yep. He just keeps coming forward. So durable.
Van might be in a little trouble here in the corner.
Smart move to clinch up. You can't stay there. You got to clinch up.
And that is the end of round 3. So, despite Van Roosmalen's prediction, Van will see the 4th round, but there may have been a knockdown in that 3rd round. John McCarthy thought long and hard about it.
Yeah, it was very tough. But that's why when you asked me about why can't Van land his spin kicks, it's because that pressure. As soon as that spin kick came, Robin came in, closed the distance, and good call on John McCarthy. That was definitely not a knockdown.
Good call. Even blocked punch. It was just hit to an arm. He was off balance and went down.
But you can see how that forward pressure shuts down those spin attacks. As soon as he saw him spinning, Van Roosmalen shut that distance down and threw his punches. This is where Van Roosmalen started opening up with his punches. Van had to hold on to Robin to survive the round.
So how does Van Nostrand get control back in this fight?
Well, it's tough. He's going to have to try to keep hitting and moving, try to keep switching stances, try to take the low kick away from Van Roosmalen. He's got to stay away from those corners.
Yeah.
He's got to stay away.
Made a left hand.
But easier said than done. There you go. He didn't move on angles. Don't stay there. Nice knee down the middle.
The low kick was spun Van Nostrand around.
Oh, hold, Kev. Let go, both of you. Let go, back off.
Fighters need to be careful. The referee's not going to break it up. You can push off and strike, just like RVR just did.
Just missing with a right hand was Van Roosmalen. The 7-1 favorite in this world title fight.
Let go. Let go. Step back.
Good body shot, which crumbled Van Nostrand over for a second.
Yeah, that hurt him. This is what Robin's going to do. He always finds that liver, then he finishes to the head. You've seen it over and over again from him.
You can see the grimace on Van Nostrand's face, that body shot still lingering in his system.
Yeah, this is when Van Roosmalen can use his low kicks. And then maybe attack upstairs with his punches.
Still crouched over is Van Nostrand. Have to try and fight his way out of this. There's a right hand that connects.
You see Van Roosmalen's experience, staying really patient. A lot of fighters would get overly aggressive there, but he's saving his gas tank, setting up his punches. That's experience.
Let's go, let go. Step back, let's go.
I really like how John McCarthy's letting that clinch go. Not breaking it up right away. He's letting guys play and fight in there, pushing off, attacking.
Van Ostrand looking for a breather, but you'd never find one when you're in there against poker face.
And he's just backing himself in the corners. His liver is just one shot away.
Van Ostrand goes back to the knee. It's always there for him, but Van Roosmalen's been able to walk through it.
Oh, he found the body again.
Oh, and you can see the deep breaths now for Van Ostrand. Can he make it around 4? He can. 3 minutes to go.
Beautiful round for Van Roosmalen. Just experience really started to take over. The pressure fighting is just too much for Van Ostrand. It wears you down.
Let's look at some of the work from Van Roosmalen in round 4.
Now he just slipped that knee, and when Van Roosmalen's coming in, he's coming in on an angle because he knows those knees are coming. And then he came in and just landed that beautiful left hook to the body. This is where he stays patient. Continues to use his pressure. Head, then trying to set up that body. Touch to the head, rip to the body.
And there was the liver punch, and credit to Van Ostrand for not going down there. A lot of fighters would have.
Absolutely.
Well, Joe, he's got to find some way to basically knock out Wilben Van Roosmalen if he wants to win this fight.
Yeah, this is where he's got to get outside of that box he was talking about. Try that spinning back fist. Try those front kicks, flying knees, something.
And at the same time, avoid getting slugged right in the liver again. I'm not sure he can take another punch. There's a punch to the face.
Yeah, you got to think. Van Ostrand's now protecting the liver. So this is the time for Van Roosmalen to go upstairs with that left hook.
Van Ostrand's corner yelling, dig deep. Think of all the hours, hundreds of hours of training both these fighters put into this.
Yep, lay it out there, Kevin.
True form. Van Roosmalen basically gave up round 1 in order to win round 2, 3, and 4.
Yep, and that, it's just been all Van Roosmalen now. But Kevin's still coming forward. He's attacking. He's throwing his knees. He hasn't given up. Showing good heart, good durability.
Kick to the body for Van Roosmalen. Now upstairs to the head. He wants to finish. He wants to knock this cocky American out. 90 seconds to go here. Featherweight championship of the world on the line.
Hard inside low kick from RVR.
Oh, a big knee. How did he get up that high? A knee right to the chin. That liver was open for a second.
And even Van Ostrand's knee can still do damage. If Robin's coming forward and he meets Kevin's knee, it's not going to take much.
Straight right hand.
And Roosmalen just so durable.
It was a liver shot as well. A shot to the liver slipped in there by Van Roosmalen.
Yeah, you saw that from Kevin's face.
30 seconds to go. Back to the liver again goes Van Roosmalen, and Van Ostrand forced to cover it up. He's running away, but there's nowhere to go.
Will he get the finish? See what Kevin's going to do in this last 10 seconds.
Robin Van Roosmalen, outside of round 1, a fairly dominant performance. That's why he's one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world today.
Yep, absolutely. And most people think they have answer to this pressure and these constant counterattacks and low kicks, but Van Roosmalen is just so durable over 5 rounds. It's just amazing to see, and that's why he's one of the pound-for-pound best kickboxers.
The official decision when we return to Glory 52 LA.
GloryShop.com is your stop for all things Glory Kickboxing. Represent your favorite world-class strikers and get your own t-shirts, hoodies, hats, training gear, and more. Join your favorite fight club and get your Glory gear today. GloryShop.com. Tradition, style, glory. May 12th, it's Fast and Furious in France with Glory 53 Lille, featuring not one, but 2 title fights. First, the 2 best women on the planet with a combined record of 123-4 do battle as Anissa Mexon makes her first defense against fellow countryman Amel Debbie. Then Sidic returns fresh from his 3rd defense at 8-1 in Glory and winner of 6 straight fights. Can anyone stop the champ? And the Goliath, Jamal Ben Sadiq, returns. Glory 53 Lille, May 12th. Don't miss it.
We're back in Long Beach, California. The Featherweight World Championship bout has been completed. It went the full 5 rounds. We await the decision, but Joe, let's jump into some highlights. And outside of round 1, it was pretty much all about Van Roosmalen.
Yeah, Kevin did a good job trying to land his knees, be unorthodox with his back fist and spinning kicks. And he was able to hit and move. That was the key for him in that first round. He was able to strike, land some good strikes in the middle, move his feet. But in round 2, Van Roosmalen's pressure started to come alive. We saw him able to pressure, land his low kicks better. Closing distance like that really shut down Kevin Van Ostrand's spectacular offense. And then the low kicks. And then all of a sudden, Van Roosmalen started to find his body punches on the inside. Mixing up levels really well. Was able to force Kevin into the corners, which is what Van Ostrand was trying to do the entire fight. But this is why he's one of the best. You're going to see him come forward with that basic style. He ain't moving backwards. He's tough. He's durable. And he's patient. He can go 5 rounds with the best. And all of his fights have been 5-rounders. So you knew as the fight went on, it was Van Roosmalen's fight. There's Van Roosmalen showing some ease of his own. He hurt. Many of us thought Van Ostrand was going to go down from those body shots, but showed a lot of heart and toughness to survive a full 5 rounds with Van Roosmalen.
Certainly nothing to be ashamed of as far as the performance goes from Kevin Van Ostrand. He did his best tonight. It just doesn't appear to be enough as we look at the strikes landed by zone. Van Roosmalen with a ton of punches to the head and a ton of kicks to the legs. Who's your featherweight champion? We're about to find out as we send it into the ring in Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Let's look at the totals from our 5 ringside judges. One judge scores about 48-47. The remaining 4 all see it 49-46. A unanimous decision for your winner. And still, Glory Featherweight Champion of the World, Robin Van Roosmalen. Here to present the belt, Glory Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Marshall Zalesnik.
Robin, congratulations. That belt sure does look good on you. I know we're going for the knockout so bad tonight. Go ahead and rate your performance for me.
I think my performance, I give it a 9 out of 10. Kevin is a really tricky opponent. He's got a really awkward style, so in the beginning he was careful and he surprised me sometimes still. But I feel like after the first round, I dominated every round, I hurt him every round. And there's only one king in the division, and that's me.
Were you surprised by how much damage he could endure from you?
Yeah, he's a tough cookie. He can take, I have to admit that, but I'm on a different level. I told you before, you got levels here, and I showed it tonight.
You're now tied with Rico Verhoeven for the most wins in Glory. You've held 2 belts. What next for you? Is there another weight class in store?
You never know. I'm up for every challenge, so Glory give me a ring. I want to come back in the ring as soon as possible.
Congratulations, Robin. Long Beach, your champion. Give it up.
9 out of 10. Usually he's the toughest critic. How would you rate Robin Van Roosmalen's performance tonight, Joe?
Well, I'm going to give it maybe an 8 out of 10. I would have given a high rating if he would have got the finish, because I think a good rating needs a good finish, but he's just so dominant and continue to punish everyone they put in front of him, and no one's really been able to push him all 5 rounds.
We'll step aside one final time and wrap things up. We'll put a bow on it here from Los Angeles, California, and still featherweight champion of the world, Robin van Roosmalen.